Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel, Cooking with John. Gonna start off with the inaugural food today, shrimp with cheese grits. All right, now grits, people make them a lot of different ways. I'm making this almost like a soup, so I'm sure there'll be people that won't like that. I'm only making 4 shrimp, just making 1 bowl of this, and quite frankly, it's about as filling as can be. A little slab of cheddar, a little slab of cream cheese to go in the grits. Of course, we got our bagged grits, a little bit of salt. So what I like to do is just start everything warming up. Put the heat on for the shrimp, and we'll start heating up for the grit. All right, put a little bit of water in the pan. It's I don't know, a little, maybe a third of a cup of water. It really doesn't matter because you can add water later on. Maybe it's a little thicker or thinner. All right, so I got my shrimp, I got my butter ready for the shrimp, got the Tonys, a little lemon juice for when we need it. Everything's in place. Put these up to cooking temperature. And just put the top on, let that heat up a little bit faster. All right, so this is starting to heat up a little bit. Still not boiling, but it's doing all right. The oil really doesn't have to be that hot for the shrimp. It'll cook no matter what. Probably changes the cooking time, but so I won't let this get toasty. All right, we got some bubbles forming there. That's good enough for me to start. I'm gonna add about, let's call it a couple tablespoons of grits. Not full though, so it's just kind of almost random. And of course with grits, you gotta stir and stir and stir. Get that started up. I go almost immediately and put in the cheese and the cream cheese. Let those get melted down. I think that also kind of, oops, problem with the thumb here. But also I think acts as an anti-clumping device. Oop, forgot to note the time. It's 12:01, so it's about 10 minutes to cook those grits. So 12:11, this whole thing will be done. All right, so it's not even a minute later. This has been stirred pretty much constantly. Still not melted in, but it's getting there. I'm gonna turn the heat down though. No use in boiling the hell out of it. Over to the shrimp. Put that oil in there. Let that oil go. And oops. I'm actually gonna put the Tonys right in with the oil. A little bit of Tonys, that's some strong stuff. Don't want that to get too much. All right, so mix that up a little bit. Oops, forgot about the grits. Gotta keep stirring those grits, stirring those grits. Back over to the shrimp. I have to do this all left-handed. My camera's right. Left hand blocks the camera. All right. So we got the shrimp in there, and we'll let them go till the tails turn color, and then we'll flip them. Back to the grits. Stir and stir and stir. It's mostly dissolved now. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that helps with the clumping up, so stirring's not as critical as normal grits. 12:04. We're 3 minutes in. And the shrimp, again, this takes next to no time at all. But I'll let that go a little bit more. Stir and stir in the grits. Alright, now, not coming out as good on the camera, but it's a little bit pink in the tails. I'm getting ready to flip these over. Not sure why you can't see that color. Anyway, once the top of the tails get pink, flip those bad boys over. You see we got a nice pink color to them that's showing up orange here for some reason. And we'll just give that another minute. I'm going to pull those off. Definitely don't want to overcook shrimp. Stirring out the grits. 12:05. We got 6 minutes left here. And I'm going to have this very soupy. That's just the way I eat them. Alright, got a cast iron pot. I can turn the heat off here. It's going to stay hot for another 10 minutes. Got a little Cajun seasoning, a little bit of butter. Shrimp are curling up. Stirring the grits. Alright, 12:06. So again, probably a minute. Barely doing it. And I'm going to have to put this down in order to move it. So I'm going to put the shrimp and the butter and oil in with the grits. Alright, shrimp is in there. I put a couple spoons of the oil butter mix in. It's 12:07, so it's going to give it another 4 minutes now. And that'll just basically be stirring this. It'll thicken up some, and then we'll be ready to eat. Alright, I just remembered that I forgot to splash the lemon in, so it'll still be good. We don't need it. 12:09, 2 minutes left. Still thickening. Alright, it's 12:10, so this is going to be done. This is the consistency. It's still very, very watery. But again, that's the way I like it. Everybody makes their grits different. It's very rich with the butter, the cheese, and the cream cheese. Of course, the shrimp adds a lot to it too. So, I gotta transfer this over to the bowl. Alright, here's the final deal. Again, it doesn't look like much, but this will fill me up for the rest of the day. Couple shrimp and some watery grits. Excellent taste. I wish I could send the taste of the video, but I can't.